So let's begin today's program. Very, very warm welcome to all of you. Am I audible to everybody? You can show your thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah, keep yourself muted. And when there's going to be a session where you can ask questions, so please unmute and ask the questions today. And we are very, very happy to launch the third season of Vidya Vritti. We have conducted already twice and now we have come up with the third season where we have again entire February is what we are planning. 3 speakers on 4 Saturdays, and this is a wonderful initiative for us to get empowered ourselves. It's a forum where we can share our views and our insights into topics connected with education. And I request all other participants to have your pen and paper, participate actively engaging. The speakers have been advised very clear to engage the participants actively. So please note down something. Even one of you asking a question, it may answer the doubts of so many other people. So I would want all the participants to be actively engaging and participating and asking questions, so that this entire program is our own family. We are all here, so they don't feel shy about whether this is the right question or not. So that everything is all right, everything is fine. And we have experts now. 3 of them are experts on the topic. They are going to share their views, and also they're going to be sharing their if you have queries, they're going to answer the queries. So with these few words, Hari Om, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you. As much as possible, we would appreciate if you have your videos on and audios muted, so that the program can go smoothly. And when we ask you to unmute, you can please any queries and you're not able to unmute yourself and all of that. So welcome once again, and we have a very, very beautiful prayer rendered by a music teacher of Kannamali, Mrs. Rekha Rani. So let's hear her present the prayer.
Sandipanyiti भुवन प्रथितं प्रशान्तम् अध्यासितं परममङ्गलमालयाग्र्यम् श्रीमत्तपोवन तपोधन शिष्यवर्यम् श्रीचिन्मयम् गुरुवरं हृदि भावयामि हृदि भावयामि हृदि
Thank you, Mrs. Rekha. I think it was so mesmerizing, such a beautiful rendering. I think let's silently applaud her for the wonderful rendering here without unmuting ourselves. I think it has set the tone for this beautiful initiative. And we have almost we have our own vision schools also joining us. I can see quite a number of vision schools also here, and it's a great privilege for extending a warm welcome to all of you. And the objective of the initiative is to empower teachers and leaders to communicate their own vision, their own insight into few of the topics connected with education. And I'm sure, though they're presenting for 15-20 minutes, the exercise that they have done before presenting would have given them a great learning journey. The learning would have been amazing, I'm sure, how it works. And for all our initiatives, we have our dear Swami Anukulanandaji giving his blessing, and is there as physically, mentally supporting us in whatever we do. And with such a short notice, he's come joined us here. I would request Puja Swamiji to give your blessings for this initiative, and more of people can get empowered through this interesting initiative. Swamiji, Hari Om, warm welcome to you, Swamiji.
Hari Om. Hari Om. So it's nice meeting all the teachers here, and especially the 3 speakers who have been allotted the opportunity to share their ideas and views. So when Puja Gurudev himself was envisioning the Chinmay education cell, one aspect of the Chinmay education cell was, of course, all the assessments that they have to do to see how effective the schools are running. But equally importantly, Puja Gurudev mentioned that regular training of teachers should happen. When Puja Gurudev himself was there, teachers training would happen in different camps, and the teachers used to come and Puja Gurudev and others used to train the teachers. So the same is continuing in many different ways. And I'm very happy that this beautiful knowledge sharing program is taking place for the third season. So nowadays we call it seasons after the OTT
Yeah.
platforms. So the third season is happening right now. So in our Shastras, there is one very beautiful verse which talks about how knowledge grows in us. So it is said that knowledge grows in 4 quarters and becomes complete in us. So the quarters are called pada. So it is said, Acharyat padam adatte. So it said from the teacher, we gain a quarter of the knowledge. So when the teacher teaches, no doubt the teacher has knowledge completely, but from the teacher's teaching, we gain only a quarter of the knowledge. And second, it is said that the student has to inquire. And the inquiry of the student brings them the next quarter. It is said, Padam Shishya Swamedhaya. Swamedha means from their own intellectual thinking and study and practice, they gain one half. The next quarter is gained from Sabbrahmacharinaha. Sabbrahmacharina means students who are there around them, those students also share their knowledge. So this is called peer learning. So from peer learning, we get the third quarter of knowledge. So now the question is, where will that fourth quarter come? It is said from maturity.
Experience.
So from life experience, from maturity, and over time, as this thinking keeps on going, then our mind becomes more subtle, our intellect becomes more sharper and more broader, and we get the vision and maturity from which that knowledge which we gained from the teacher becomes complete. So thus in these 4 padas we gain, and today we are gaining knowledge from the third pada, which is called peer learning. So when we say peers, we have peers who are much older, much more senior and very experienced. And so therefore it's a great advantage for us to learn from them. So I wish you a very wonderful time of learning. And it is also such beautiful learning for the peers themselves, because as they must have contemplated for this 15 minutes of presentation, they would have gone through a lot of churning, and they themselves have benefited so much from this opportunity. So I'm very happy for this knowledge sharing session to happen, and may all of us grow and thus benefit all the students in the process. Thank you very much. Hari Om.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. That makes a wonderful beginning, and I'm sure it is going to be a wonderful initiative as by itself, and more people asking questions. And I think that's how we can activate all of us ourselves. So I request all of you to be alert and think. So we have the first speaker today. We have Mrs. Leela Ramamurthy, and talking about a very beautiful talking, walking on the footprints of our Gurudev. I think we are all very lucky and fortunate to have Puja Gurudev is the visionary giving us the direction. When others are all toiling upon what should be the vision, how it should be the school should be guided. For all our schools, we have this great master visionary by himself is the vision. He has provided the vision, and that has been conceived as a Chinmaya Vision program. And I think there's Amma Leela Amma has been with the Chinmaya Mission for a long time. I am going to request Mrs. Meena to introduce her formally, but a hearty welcome to you, Leela ji, and over to Meena for a brief introduction.
Thank you, Shanti Amma. Hari Om to all, and Hari Om Leela Amma also. So we will soon hear from Leela Amma about her experiences with Gurudev, and basically, as Shanti Amma said, the topic is on his footprints. So let's know a little bit of Leela Amma. Leela Ramamurthy ji is an educationalist, experienced school administrator, and has proved her mettle in the field of administration. She has to her credit a postgraduate degree in child development and educational psychology, as well as in education. The Inter-American University of Humanistic Studies, USA, in recognition of her distinguished achievement and for the projects and research work submitted in the field of special education, especially dyslexia, was conferred the PhD. So she's Dr. Leela Ramamurthy, and she's also done several certificate courses in special education and learning disabilities conducted Hazel Mackay of UK at Chennai. She has been part of yoga and meditation from the Isha Yoga Center, and she also has completed a one-year educational leadership program by CEMD New Delhi, which was again organized very early by the Chinmay Education Cell. And she has attended leadership training program by IIM Ahmedabad, which was organized by the CBSE. And she has also done a course in internal auditing for quality checking for schools. I think that's a lot of learning that she has done. And she has served the Chinmay Vidyalayas at Chennai and Chinmay Vidyalaya Tripunthara for nearly 40 years. She was responsible for convening Tamil Nadu state level athletic meet 2001-2002 CBSE schools with the participation of 1,500 students from 52 schools. She was also instrumental for starting a teacher training institute at Anna Nagar Chinmay Vidyalaya and was the founder coordinator for that program. She is also a member of the Indian Association of Preschool Education, and she is one of the a very, very senior assessor of the CCMT Education Cell. And she goes around visiting the Chinmay Vidyalayas of the Chinmay Mission. And beside all of this, she has other interests, very interesting. One of her very major interests are in acupuncture and acupressure, and she has a doctorate degree in that as well. And she is one of its senior trustees of CMECT Greater Cochin, and there she's in charge of academics, coordinating curriculum planning, research and development for Chinmay Vidyalayas under CMECT GC. She is one of the resource persons for CBSE, and the Cambridge University and few other publishers, and has been conducting national level workshops, seminars on education, behavioral and developmental psychology related topics. So we can go on and on listening about Leela Ramamurthy, but let's listen to her talking about our own Pujya Gurudev. Over to you, Leela Amma.
Yes, Hari Om. So thank you, Shanti Krishnamurthy ji and Meena Shriram for giving me the opportunity. I consider this opportunity as a blessing to present before you a brief overview of Swami Chinmayananda, life and legacy, and his views on education. I take this opportunity to thank Shanti ji, Director, Education Cell, giving me this opportunity to speak on Gurudev, who is very, very dear to all of us. Rather than founder, as I speak, I got an opportunity and I consider it as a blessing to be with him personally on very, very different major occasions. In fact, the starting of the school itself and what he speaks about there in essence of education. So this is the third season of Vidya Vritti, one of the teachers' upskilling program of Education Cell. Pranams to Swami Anukulanji also, as you said, and Shantiji said. For 20 minutes, we have gone through lot of information, lot of browsing, lot of comparative studies of Swamiji's vision on education and to speak to learned audience of today. So my pranams to all of you. When we speak about life and legacy of Swami Chinmayananda, who is born on May 8th, 1916 and attained Samadhi on August 3rd, 1993. In 1947, Swamiji Chinmayananda met Shivanandaji, a renowned spiritual leader who initiated him into the spiritual path. 1951, Swami Chinmayananda founded the Chinmaya Mission, which aimed to spread the teachings of Vedanta to people of all ages and backgrounds. Swamiji's guidance The Chinmaya mission established numerous ashrams, schools, hospitals, and colleges and other institutions dedicated to promoting spiritual growth and social services. We have now around 350 Chinmaya mission centers around the world. 81 Chinmaya Vidyalayas in India, one group of Vidyalaya in Trinidad, 12 vision schools, and 8 colleges. I take a pause here to go with the slide. Swamiji and his teachings and legacy have had a profound impact on modern Hinduism and spirituality. He helped to popularize Vedanta and made it accessible to people of all backgrounds, as we all know. Swamiji's teaching and legacy continue to inspire new generations of speakers and seekers, scholars, and spiritual leaders. Gurudev used to teach high philosophical ideas through simple anecdotes, stories, and examples from everyday life, presented in a very humorous and engaging way. His unique style of storytelling, which often used wit and humor to convey profound truth, has left a lasting impact on his audience, not only audience, on all of us. When we speak about Swamiji's vision and mission on education, he believed that education should go beyond mere academic excellence, fostering the overall development of an individual. His mission was to create a holistic education system that integrated spiritual values, moral principles, and intellectual pursuits. His vision aimed to produce well-rounded individuals who could contribute positively to society. His vision on holistic education encompassed academic excellence, spiritual growth, character development, physical well-being, emotional intelligence, and social responsibility. He believed that education should be a transformative experience, sharpening individuals into responsible, compassionate, and enlightened global citizens. Swamiji's vision on education is very evident in his quotes. Let us see. He says the purpose of education is to help the individuals realize their true potential. Very true. On purpose of education, he says education should aim to help individuals discover their own talents, abilities, and interests. He emphasized here the importance of self-discovery and exploration in the educational process that encourages critical thinking, inquiry, and exploration, as Swami Anukulanji just mentioned. Education is not just about acquiring knowledge, Swamiji says, but about developing the whole person. The importance of holistic education, which integrates intellectual, emotional, physical, and spiritual development. His idea here is to implement holistic education programs through incorporating yoga, meditation, and community services to produce overall well-being and development. Swamiji says teachers should be a facilitator, not a dictator. Swamiji emphasized the importance of student-centered education here, where the teacher acts as a facilitator or guide. He believed that students should be encouraged to take ownership of their learning and explore new ideas, rather than dictating terms and conditions on them. Swamiji also emphasized that education should be a lifelong process, not just a preparation for a career. What he meant by this is to encourage lifelong learning through continuing educational programs, workshops, online courses that promote personal and professional growth. He also believes that the ultimate goal of education is to help the individual realize their true spiritual nature. What he emphasized here is to incorporate spiritual values and principles into the educational process to promote spiritual growth and self-awareness to realize their spiritual nature and connection to the universe. When we speak about his views on modern education, we can see that he always emphasized the need for value-based education, integration of technology with the traditional wisdom, focus on character development and emotional intelligence, encouragement of critical thinking and creativity, preparation for life's challenges, not just academic success. Let us see the birth of the first school. The first Chinmaya Nursery School, first of its kind, was founded on June 17th, 1969 at Kolangod, Palakkad. In the inaugural speech, his vision on education comprising 4 main components: integrated development, patriotism, culture, and universal outlook, which later became 4 pillars of Chinmaya Vision program, were conceived from Swamiji's this inaugural speech at Kolangod, and later Swamini Vimalanandaji and her team developed into Chinmaya Vision program as a program by itself. Now let us see this connection between this vision program of Swamiji, where he started very, very long ago, beyond 1969, and the National Education Policy of 2020, now what it says. Integrated development, CVP emphasized the development of whole child, including physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual growth. NEP 2020 envisions an education system that we see it focuses on cognitive, emotional, social, and physical development. Both CVP and NEP recognize the importance of yoga, meditation, and promoting overall well-being and integrate into the curriculum. When we speak about patriotism under CVP, it emphasizes on Indian knowledge system such as yoga, Ayurveda, classical languages. This very much echoed in NEP 2020's recommendations also. Both CVP and NEP 2020 recognize the importance of community service and environmental conservation in promoting social responsibility and ethics. Through our schools, children are engaged to do community seva projects for experiential learning. Education cell also under Shantiji's supervision encourages through its Hari Seva camps. When we speak about culture, both NEP 2020 and CVP focuses our ancient Sanskrit language and Indian cultural values and art forms. Universal outlook, both CVP and NEP insist to envision an education system which should be a transformative experience, shaping individuals into responsible, compassionate, and enlightened global citizens. Both NEP 2020 and CVP will see insist focusing on rural and underprivileged children. Chinmaya Education Cell provides scholarships to underprivileged children in addition to our Chinmaya Vidyalayas contribution to such initiatives. CVP emphasized to have a strong presence in inclusive education in rural areas. Taking guidelines from Education Cell, many of our schools provide free or subsidized education to underprivileged children who are now in our Harihara schools and regular schools. We have some ongoing programs in addition to Vidya Vritti for teachers trainings. We have CVP training, Samshodhan, Nedrutva, that is leadership training. Vidya Vritti, this is season 3. Goshti in different subjects is being conducted in all subjects like maths, science, social studies, English, Sanskrit, and Hindi. Now the next season is going on. Other training programs in respective fields include Seva Sangam, Nritya Sangam, Swara Sangam, Krida Sangam, Shaishav Shiksha, Amulya Shiksha. In conclusion, let us see what both CVP and NEP says share a common vision for integrated development, patriotism, cultural values, and universal outlook, exactly our 4 pillars. Both CVP and NEP recognize the importance of holistic education, social responsibility, ethics, continuous upskilling training for teachers in promoting national development. Both CVP and NEP emphasize the inclusive education also. Following in Swamiji's footprints, that's our, for personal growth, when we look at it, by embracing his teachings and legacy and applying them in our daily life, my dears. Cultivating qualities such as self-discipline, love and compassion by applying Swami Chinmayananda's teachings in our daily life, by including a regular practice of meditation and self-reflection, by studying and reflecting on spiritual texts and teaching. We can continue Swamiji's work by following his footsteps, by sharing his teachings and legacy with others, thus helping spreading his message of love, compassion, and self-discovery to new generations by encouraging in selfless services and volunteering. I take this opportunity to thank Gurudev for making me what I am today. So if you give me an opportunity to speak on Gurudev, 20 minutes is beyond nothing, so that we have the time constraint. So may his blessings flow through us, all of us, and then continue his legacies by following his footprints, walking on exactly on his footprints as teachers on education. Hari Om and thank you.